I'm very happy to stand in front of you. I'm going to deliver a speech on maternal and childhood. I'm thankful to the President and Secretary and all the members, and especially Mrs. Jessica for inviting me to deliver this speech. My topic today is maternal and childhood. Maternal and childhood, and I'm not going to talk about the nutritional aspect or the health aspect of mother and child, because almost everybody knows how to bring up a child, how to look after themselves during antenatal period. And I want to talk something which is very beneficial to the community as well as our part and our help to the nation to improve the maternal and child health. And so let the life of every mother and unit count. So why, you may not think like why talk about maternal and child health? So are we focusing on only on women? It's not so. When it comes to maternal, mother, okay. But when it comes to child, it includes both male and female. So altogether it comes. So everybody in unity. We are talking about them, we want to improve their health, and in turn it improves the relational condition. So because the child, male or female, as soon as enters the mother's womb, the care is being taken off. So males are not neglected in this. Women are not dying because of diseases which we cannot treat. They are dying because societies have yet to make the decision that their lives are worth saving. As women, we take care of everyone, spouse, children, parents, other family members, and even friends. However, we neglect ourselves, especially when it concerns our health. So the government also has taken part to improve the health of the child as well as mother and to reduce the death of women during childbirth. No women should die by living a life during childbirth, because her life is more important than anything else. So they have brought so many acts to protect the women from sexual abuse and abortions and female feticide. Beyond all, saving mothers' lives, violating the rules and regulations, knowingly or unknowingly resulting in mental agony to the doctors. So when it comes to what are the causes of maternal death and how do you predict on that? So there's a ratio called maternal mortality ratio, which is defined as the number of women dying between conception and 6 weeks, that is 42 days after delivery, per 1 lakh deliveries. So among 1 lakh deliveries, how many women are dying during pregnancy and childbirth? That comes under MMR. So when you consider the whole world, why is the maternal death is more? So mainly in African countries, because of less resources and not having proper health and having multiple births. So many reasons are there because they don't have really health system proper. So what are the causes? Why everyone should die? Many diseases peculiar to pregnancy. Pregnancy is a physiological phenomenon, but they die and we lose them. Why? Because of the other disease which occurs, which is peculiar to pregnancy. Number one, hypertensive disorders in pregnancy, and bleeding in pregnancy, during labor and after delivery, and sepsis, non-obstetric causes, and already existing diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease, and they become pregnant. Even though in certain disease, they are not fit to become pregnant, not to get married, but still they get married, they become pregnant, we have in a situation to lose them, especially heart disease. But to say that to get married, to have a child, it is her right, but we are losing them. Other thing are nutrition. Another cause where we are unable to save the mother is pulmonary embolism and amniotic fluid embolism. Amniotic fluid embolism is nothing but the fluid which surrounds the baby when the uterus contracts, that enters into the circulation, blocks the pulmonary vessels in the heart, produces sudden respiratory arrest, which we don't have any time to save the mother. So most of the maternal death, while we are unable to prevent it with the amniotic fluid embolism and pulmonary embolism, and multiple organ dysfunction. These are all the causes why we lose mothers. When you come to maternal death in India, so 2018-20 statistics, from 2010 to 12, every 10 years they take the statistics. 178 mothers were lost in the year 2012 by 1 lakh babies, which is reduced in the year 2018 to 20 to 97. And which state has got the lowest number of maternal death? That is Kerala. It has got only 19 maternal deaths per 1 lakh babies, because their health system is good and individual responsibility. They are more bothered about their health system. They have the responsibility. They all have hospital deliveries, and the doctors are also taking part to prevent maternal death. That is the reason why in Kerala the maternal deaths are very low. Next comes the Maharashtra, next Telangana, then Andhra Pradesh, in Tamil Nadu 2020. Per 1 lakh delivery we have lost around 54 mothers. It is getting decreased. We have another survey in which we have already achieved 93 maternal deaths in India. Kanyakumari district also has come down a lot. So they have how to reduce this maternal death, because mother is very important to the family. She is the pillar. She is one of the pillars of the family, and she has to look after so many involvement she has got, and without her mother, the family loses so many things. And so they have a panel of recommendation in which main thing is normal delivery we cannot discharge the woman before 3 days, and for cesarean we cannot discharge them before 7 days. That is the latest rule given by the collector, because previously we used to discharge them within 24 hours, and cesarean also 3 to 5 days. But now this is changed, because most of the complications occurs within a week of delivery, because the whole metabolic changes that takes place in pregnancy is reverting back during the first week. So they requested all doctors in Kanyakumari district, it has come to the whole Tamil Nadu, not to discharge the women before 7 days if she is going to undergo cesarean. But cesarean is one of the cause which increases the maternal death, because the morbidity for a normal delivery is less when compared to cesarean section. But blaming on the doctor for increasing the cesarean, it has come from nearly about 40 to 50% when 100 women are delivering, 50 are undergoing cesarean section. So the fault is not on the doctor alone because of the small family now. Nowadays the status is they don't want to get married. If at all they get married, they want to get married very late. And if at all getting married, they don't want to have children. If government has already come to say that 2 is enough. Now they have decided 1. Now there are people who don't want to have their children at all. And number 2, their stress in life is producing a lot of complications during pregnancy. So doctors are in a state to take them for cesarean section because they want to save both mother and the baby. Number 3, like the manual work by the women has decreased a lot because of the mixing, grinder, washing machine, and even for cleaning the floor. Nothing is done by women now except a very low economical status. Unless you do day-to-day activities, your pelvis and abdomen will not relax during delivery, which is not there. They always sit in front of the computer and all the stress they have, they are unable to accept the changes in life. They want to come up very quick, come up and learn more. So their attitude is entirely different. That all creates a lot of problem. And they don't want to bear the labor pain. They don't want us to leave for more than 12 hours, for more than 24 hours. And they don't stay long. These are all the major causes which we have found why the cesarean rate is increasing. But the government is auditing cesarean. So that I hope in future the cesarean rate will get decreased. In Yamama, in the year 2024, it has come to 45. And when you come to the infant mortality rate, that is counted up to 1 year of the child age. It is counted for with 1,000 infants. How many infants are dying? So in India, it is 28. Also, when you take Kerala, the infant death is only 6. But when you come to Tamil Nadu, it is 30 per thousand. So we have to follow, because it doesn't fall on the government or the doctors. They also have a role, but the individual has to take part in reducing the IMR, in reducing the MMR. In Chennai, 2022-23, for 1 year, we have lost around 33 mothers. These are the various statistics of maternal death. And in Kanyakumari district, 1 year it was 8, and last year the maternal death was 6. The deliveries for 1 year was 22,000. But 6 mothers died. Almost all deaths are premature. The death has occurred due to bleeding after delivery. That is called as postpartum hemorrhage. And by transporting them, they are in a state of irreversible shock. They are unable to save the mother. And then there is high-pitched complicated pregnancy, amniotic fluid embolism, previous cesarean. They are not giving any interval between childbirth. At least we should have 3 years interval between childbirth. They conceive within 1 year. So the scar will not be heavy. So scar rupture and the mother died. So this is the last year was only 6, previous was 8, around 22,000 deliveries. Another thing is about everybody should know about these laws of marriage. Because now the government is concentrating on sex ratio. That is for 1,000 males, how many females are there? So they say, that according to the statistic up to 21, they say the females are getting, female ratio is less when compared to male. So they are focusing on that female feticide is going on, female infanticide is going on. But why this happens? Because nobody is willing to accept a female child. Not because of they don't want female. There are so many reasons why they don't like female baby when compared to that male. Because we don't have much protection for female. Whatever we say, male and female are equal. They have the full liberty. Everything is given to them. Government has given a lot of jobs and other facilities. Everything, even in parliament, job and financial status, everything they want to improve for the female. But still, we are not so. Female can never be equivalent to male unless a woman has worked like her. If she can travel all alone at night, midnight, in a place where there is nobody. So when that stage is achieved, then we can say that females are protected. That can never happen. That is on the public, all the family members, and male has to understand that we have to give protection to female. That is why they have brought this act, Boxer Act, that is protection of children from sexual offences, which came in the year 2012. It's a very strict act where male punished and not. But it protects the male also. But female rapes are more. Like very few incidents only happen when females are approaching male. That's a very few incidents. So according to this act, child as any person below the age of 18 years provides protection to all children under the age of 18 years from sexual abuse. It also intends to protect the child through all stages of judicial process and gives paramount importance to the principle of best interest of the child. This case also and there are certain criteria like if anything happens, this is so confidential that it can be never published in the paper because the child has to be protected. If any rape takes place, we may say, okay, forget everything is gone. We always examine them when everything is brought to us. But the mental agony to her, in future, she will never forget the incident what has happened to her. However we say, however we do good thing for her, it cannot be changed. So as I already said, why they don't like female, these are the reason why we are unable to protect female. Dowry death, rape, attempt rape, molestation, abuse, kidnapping, dowry harassment, acid attack, human trafficking, and immoral profit. So many things are preventing us to have a female child. This way, I think every day was notice to the people. Child on the age of 18, attending to was, she was only 7 years old, was raped and killed by a person. But when you look into that male person, his face looks so calm. So it is the not only that the present status is everybody wants their children to live in doctor. So they are concentrating on the education, but not concentrating how they are to make a child. It's nutrition. He has to be taught. You have to consider everybody as your mother or as a sister. There are so many acts which is going to spoil your life. So you have to be friendly with your children, whether it is male or female. They have a lot of problems because of the self, because of the net. So many things they are making them have a lot of stress in their life. That is the reason why the state, like I don't want to get married, I don't want to have any stress in my life. And another evolving problem is They may don't want to get married. Female don't want to get married. May want to get married. Female wants to get married to female. This is being accepted by the court also. So we don't know why we are going, whether to accept or not. People who send their children to foreign countries are getting scammed because we are getting patients saying, he marries somebody, but not he should not come and say that I am going to get married to me. So this is a situation which is going on, which actually should be prevented. The court is not supporting us. This is another poor child. She was raped by 4 persons and finally she was not. So this is the situation for women. And to any sexual abuse, it's not at all. Anybody who comes to you are supposed to inform to the following officers immediately, and if they are also being punished for it. So can you see the children asking for rape has taken place? How much asking the body safe? See a monthly body safe, moving into body safe. It's not there. You cannot go early. But see them, they are asking for all these animals to see. We are not safe. Another act has come to save the girl child. That is called PCPAD Act, which came in the year 1994. According to this act, because lot of sex direction ongoing, and they are willing to be. Even mother is also included because of course they are not. It's more towards the religion one. We don't have it in the country, but doctors are being tortured because you are detecting sex and not being done. That is the reason why the female issue is getting down. But actually it's not so near and very strict. But this can be used, this ultrasound can be used only for diagnostic purpose, not for anything else. You can find out the sex earlier, you can do amniocentesis, you can do chorionic sampling, you can find the sex. But that can be used only to find out any chromosomal disorder or genetic disorders, not otherwise. But everyone has got the right to know what is the sex of man, but which is not allowed to be in Chitra. After people who are rich fly and find out what is the sex. So they come and tell us, this is my sex of the baby. Because that was allowed because there is no female feticide. They don't want to make that wrong. But in India it is not so. So many girls are missing. That is the statistics given by the government. Girl ratio is decreasing. And when they come to the adult side, we don't have the same statistics like what is in the birth time. That is the reason why they have brought this PNP Act. And this is the report given in the year 1991-2011 statistics. About 25 million girls are missing. We don't know the cause why. Problematic practice. I would like to, PCPAD Act, it's mainly torturing on the doctors. So we cannot find fault at the Act. There will be a lot of fake facts. Because they have made so many rules and regulations to have an ultrasound reporting system, and if they don't review, we are being charged around the lab. And only 2 sonologists can do ultrasound in 2 hospitals, not more than that. So many things are being taking place, which is actually the sonologist and the obstetrician are suffering because of the PCPAD Act. But I would like to tell a story. Like public also has got the responsibility that they should not find out sex to kill the child. They also should restrict their abortion rate. They should have a proper antenatal check. Government is taking such a lot of effort to improve the maternal health. We are giving money to Nagercoil and the nutrition benefits because the poverty, low poverty, is the reason, one of the reasons why they are unable to take up their care. But because of the PCPAD Act, so many inspections conducted, and 43 radiologist clinics cancelled, 11 machines sealed, Showcase notice 96, so many complaints investigated. So all these were focused on the doctors. But we are ready to face everything, but provided no female feticide, whether it is female or male, no abortion should take place, no feticide should be done, finding out the sex of it. So this is like any act which comes will have a reflect on the public as well as on the doctors. Like PCPND Act, it's mainly focusing on the female. But female also sometimes, because of that age, they have a play role, and innocent boys are also affected in also Act. So there's nothing to do it because they want to protect female. Males are also affected. Same thing in PCPND Act, we want to avoid female feticide, but doctors are affected and other people are affected. So the story lies like